Police interrogations have long been a subject of fascination and scrutiny. These intense interactions between interrogators and suspects play a pivotal role in solving crimes. However, the methods employed in interrogations are varied and often controversial. From the psychological dynamics of good cop/bad cop to the persuasive tactics of the Reid technique, we will shed light on the inner workings of these practices. Baiting, testing the suspect's story. In the high-stakes game of interrogation, the technique of baiting takes center stage. Interrogators present contradictory information or false evidence to provoke a response or urge the suspect to change their narrative. By introducing inconsistencies, they seek to unsettle the suspect, putting their credibility to the test. However, this technique walks a fine line between testing the veracity of the suspect's story and crossing ethical boundaries. Good cop/bad cop, the psychological dance. One of the most iconic and widely recognized interrogation techniques is the good cop/bad cop approach. In this psychological dance, interrogators play dual roles, alternating between an aggressive, confrontational interrogator and a sympathetic, understanding one. The goal is to create a psychological dynamic that encourages cooperation and prompts the suspect to disclose information willingly. This technique relies heavily on the suspect's perception of the interrogators and can be both effective and manipulative. Minimization and maximization, shaping perceptions. The art of shaping perceptions comes into play with the minimization and maximization technique. Interrogators downplay the seriousness of the offense or the consequences of confessing, making the suspect feel that cooperation will lead to leniency or a lesser punishment. Conversely, they exaggerate the benefits of cooperation to further sway the suspect. This technique aims to weaken the suspect's resolve and increase the likelihood of obtaining a confession, but its ethical implications are a subject of ongoing debate. False confessions, the deceptive web. The dark side of police interrogations involves the potential for false confessions. Interrogators may resort to deceptive tactics, including presenting fabricated evidence or making false promises, to pressure the suspect into falsely admitting guilt. False confessions can have severe consequences, leading to wrongful convictions and a miscarriage of justice. Time pressure, urgency and cooperation. In the race against the clock, time pressure becomes a valuable tool in interrogations. Interrogators employ various time pressure techniques to create a sense of urgency, implying that cooperation will lead to a quicker resolution of the case. By instilling a belief that time is running out, suspects may feel compelled to provide information hastily. However, this technique raises questions about the voluntariness and accuracy of the information obtained under such circumstances. The Reid technique, analyzing behavior and persuasion. This widely used method focuses on obtaining confessions through the analysis of behavior, asking leading questions, and employing persuasive tactics. It relies on the belief that certain behavioral cues and verbal responses indicate deception. Isolation and exhaustion, breaking down resistance. The isolation and exhaustion technique aims to break down the suspect's resilience by subjecting them to prolonged periods of interrogation, isolating them from support systems, and utilizing fatigue-inducing tactics. By creating a sense of powerlessness and vulnerability, interrogators seek to weaken the suspect's resistance and increase the likelihood of compliance. Police interrogation techniques encompass a range of strategies, each with its own dynamics, implications, and ethical considerations. While these techniques may serve the purpose of gathering crucial information to solve crimes, their use requires careful examination and scrutiny. Balancing the need for justice with the protection of individual rights and the prevention of coercion is an ongoing challenge in the world of interrogations.